Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm Judy Prouty, and this is Wholly Devoted to You. I have something that I am really excited to share with you this morning. I heard a message from one of my Bible teachers when I was in Bible college, and it was about a passage in John 9. It really ministered to me, and I just want to share it with you because I think you'll be so encouraged. So, in John 9, I'm going to read verses 5 and 6 and 7. It says, "As long as I am in the world, I'm the light of the world." So we know who that was speaking. "And when he had said this, he spat on the ground and made mud with his saliva, and he spread the mud like an ointment on the blind man's eyes. And he said to him, 'Go, wash in the pool of Siloam.' And so the man went and washed and came back seeing." I love this verse. This whole chapter is about the story of this man. But this Bible teacher of mine was confused about this passage a little bit. And he asked the Lord in prayer, why would you spit on the blind man's eyes? And the Lord spoke to him that he didn't spit on the blind man's eyes. And so Bob went back and he read the passage again, and he realized that the Lord actually spit on the dirt. And so he asked God why. And in the Old Testament, if somebody spit on you, it was considered to be an insult, and it was considered to be a severe reprimand. And so the reply, when Bob went to the Lord and said, "Why did you spit on the dirt?" the reply he got from God was very surprising. The Lord told him that he wasn't spitting on the dirt either. What he was doing was spitting on the blindness. He was spitting on the thing that was making this man suffer, and that was making this man incapable of being able to see and not able to have a normal life. And he was actually reprimanding, like the Old Testament talks about, he was reprimanding this blindness that had tried to take over this man's life and his livelihood. And the thing that the Lord showed me when I was reading through this passage is that he says in verse 5 that he is the light of the world. And so he brought light to a man that physically couldn't see and lived in a world of darkness. The world that we live in is a dark place sometimes, but one encounter with Jesus brings light and helps us to walk in that light where we can see him and where we can see truth and be led by it. And the truth is what will change our lives and make us free. And so if you have a medical situation of some kind or an illness that you're dealing with, let me tell you that God did not bring that. His opinion of sickness is that it's insulting to him. It's a disgrace, according to verses in the Old Testament, to think that one that he created would be suffering is not a good thing to God. Think of it this way. If we are created in the image of God, which we are, ask yourself, is God sick? He's not, of course not. And if we are created, made one with him, as we know we are, according to John 17, what earthly father does any of us know who would want to spit on their child? I don't know anybody that would do that. Any father would want the sickness gone from their child. That illness would have to go, and they would want their child to be well. And Jesus wanted the children of God to be well. And so he spit on the blindness because the heart of God hates sickness. I want to just read a verse to you in Acts 10:38, and we'll end with that. It says, how God anointed Jesus of Nazareth with the Holy Spirit and great power, and he went around doing good and healing all who were oppressed by the devil, because God was with him. Jesus was anointed by the Holy Spirit, and it was the devil that brought oppression. It was the devil that brought sickness. But he was spitting on the blindness, and he was eradicating that disease so that the man could live a life that was full and hope-filled and insightful. Think about that this week.